Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe, and I'm a weapon of mass instruction. Today is Wednesday, December 12th, 2012. 12/12/12. It's about 2:20 in the afternoon. And I had a bit of a taste of what it feels like to be out on the streets. A little bit of a taste. And it's bitter. It's also a little sweet. I spent today panhandling. And it's kind of a humbling experience. And it also gives me a glimpse of human nature. Being in a position where it's the best course of action for me, in the immediate sense. My boss texted me this morning, said, "Don't bother coming to work today." I don't know if he ended up keeping the place open or closing it or not even showing up or what. But you know what? I've been putting people I really care for before my job. And you know what? That's a principle I plan on keeping. You put business before family, and you're gonna fuck yourself. But I went to various gas stations in the area. I just got out from one that I was at, basically begging, and the majority of people, I'd say definitely over half, would just mumble something. Like when I said, "Sorry to bother you, sir, man. Can you spare some change?" Straight out, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not offering something I don't have. I'm asking, and a lot of them just mumble something incoherently and walk in the door or walk out the door, and poof, there they go. It's a little frustrating, but the majority of people don't want to face things as they are. They don't want to face the idea that they could wind up where I'm at or worse, whether through their own choices or choices being made towards them. There is a smaller percentage, let's say maybe 10-15%, that were downright hostile. I had one old lady, I asked her, she said, "Find a job." I said, "You know what? I looked for 5 months to get the one I had, and it's falling apart in 2 weeks. I don't have another 5 months to look." She said, "Doesn't matter, find a job." Okay. All right. That's kind of like the worst coming out in human nature. You got downright hostile to somebody. For what? For what? It reminds me of how I used to be. And how I try not to be. I guess there's an equal percentage, 10 to 15% or so, people who were really, really helpful. The ones that, without even thinking about it, reached in their pockets and gave me whatever change they had there. There was one guy who said no, he didn't have any change. He went in his thing, came back out to his car, and he was on his way out. And then he pulled back in and stopped, and he said, here, for the holidays, you don't really look like the begging type, so it looks like, times are hard. I said, yeah, they are. He said, best of luck. It's really touching. Although it's a small percentage, there is still hope. There is still hope. I remember a long time ago when I was just getting done with boot camp and all that, and I would take I remember one time I took a bus up to see my parents for holiday leave, and I was at the bus station in Newark, New Jersey, and there was a guy there, shaggy clothes, dirty, unshaved, had a beard growing out to here, smelled, he was a wreck. And I have no idea what he wanted the money for. He could have been looking for food, he could have been looking for booze, he could have been looking for any number of things. But, you'd be surprised. People that get down to the depths of society do have the ability to bounce back and be wonderful people when all is said and done. We're all here to learn. Throughout our lives, we're all here to learn about life, about nature, about people. That's one of the reasons why we're all here. There'd be no purpose to it otherwise. If we were all just random agglomerations of cell structure, genetic material, boom, lightning bolt of life, just randomly. And here we are. There's a higher purpose for all of us than simply to exist and procreate like the monkeys. People can hit the bottom of society and bounce right back to the top. I heard about a guy who was president of an aerospace corporation who had previously been homeless, a vagabond, living on the streets. And while there are safety nets, there are government agencies I can call, and honestly, I might have to, but I really don't want to. I would rather ask people directly, can you help me out, than to ask the government to give me money that was collected from all these people. In other news, since I spent so much time outside today, I had an opportunity to observe the sky. And it's just this amazing thing happening in the sky. It's amazing. This cloud just happened to be following the sun all day long. This just big, massive cloud. And it's such a weird looking cloud too. It almost looks unnatural with this straight edge and the way it trails off on the edges. Almost looks like somebody put it there. Nah, that couldn't be. Well, the sun is popping out right now. I'm guessing whatever material that you're using today, they ran out of it or they decided to take a break or whatever. But it seems like all day long it's been just enough cloud cover to cover the sun and prevent it from shining directly on us, and I can see all the parallel lines all day long. This cloud's been covering the sun. All these chemicals, and I've been breathing it in. You know what? We reap what we sow. Some people don't want to look and peer into what they may become. Some people are giving, knowing that they could easily lose everything. Everything that the world considers valuable. But that's the beauty of it. Right now, what I do have is much more than what any amount of money could cover. You know, I have people who love me, people I love. People that I want to do well for. You know, it wasn't too long ago when I would have said, yeah, you'll never see me begging. It wasn't too long ago when I thought that would be completely out of the question. But now I'm doing what I got to do to survive in the economy and survive in society as it exists. And after 5 months of looking for a job literally fell into my lap when I got rid of the stuff that was keeping me back. When I started to get rid of the stuff that was holding me in place and keeping me apathetic. And I'm grateful that I found that job. It sucks that it's fallen through. It sucks that, I don't know whether I've been canned and he just didn't tell me. It sucks not to know any of that. But there it is for you. Make of it what you will. Be grateful for the people that you have with you. Be grateful that no matter how bad it is now, it could always be worse. And it isn't worse today. And it's not. It's not worse today. It's better today. Why? Because I'm making it better today. Because I'm not sitting at my house moping and sitting on the pity pot and crying, why me? Because I'm actually out there and, while begging certainly isn't the most lucrative endeavor, especially when you consider all the gas that goes into getting from one gas station to the next, to the next, to the next all day long. After they tell me it's against store policy to allow people to beg in front of their store. It's getting me through today. It's keeping me out of my head. It's keeping me on my toes. It's keeping me in sight of things that matter. Like who we really are inside. Before today, I would have guessed that the majority of people would have wanted to help out. And you know what? The majority of people probably do help out when it comes to stuff like, giving to the Red Cross or the Salvation Army or whatever of the thousands of causes out there. But when it comes to they're coming into contact with somebody face to face that they don't really want to see, and that's who they're helping out, it's a bit of a different story. That's all I got for now. I better hit it. Keep on getting by. You know, it's helpful not to think about tomorrow. Nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. I could die in my sleep tonight. You know, I could get hit by a car. I could get stopped by some trigger-happy cop that goes, you know, from, hey, what are you doing here, to bam, 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 and nothing flat. So all I got is today. That's all we really have. So why not make it the best day possible under any circumstances? Peace.